Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe, and I do appreciate you all being here today. So today, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Yeah, Bitcoin's dead. Apparently, again, again, and no, it's not. Really, it isn't. And if you've been in this long enough, you know it's not. Anyhow, we're also going to take a look at some interesting stuff around the Federal Reserve and some things that they're kind of maybe pointing out. Some people are trying to actually start pointing some things out. I'm going to use a mainstream media thing for that one. Very interesting observation from a mainstream media outlet. Anyhow, I also want to take a look at some interesting things in the housing as well. Haven't touched on that in a little bit, but it's going to be interesting. Just to let everyone know, we're going to be cutting the show to 2 to 3 times a week starting next week. The reason being is I have some projects coming up and I'm going to need to focus on those. But y'all are going to love those projects. Let's just put it that way. No need to read between the lines on that one. I'll tell you what it is when it's time. Right now, time is not there, but we'll get there. Also, if you're new to the show, do me a favor and smash those likes. I would really appreciate it if you like content. Also, if you're new to the show, I would love it if you subscribed. And then grab the bell because they do go live. Next week, it's going to be a couple times a week. It's going to be a fun time. I do also have a Patreon. Take the gloves off on that one. If it's appropriate, I do early access interviews, things like that. Sometimes I have put them out on this channel just because the content is specifically around what we cover on this channel. The Patreon's more for topics that would get this channel in trouble. Put it that way. Anyhow, I love it that you guys and gals are here. Do appreciate it. There's a live chat running. Do me a favor and say hey. I would greatly appreciate it because towards the end of the show, I'd love to use that as a Q&A and potentially even just, if nothing else, I'd love to say hey to everybody. So I do appreciate y'all being part of the show. Anyhow, so let's jump right into the content if the buttons will work. There we go. All right, so today they say Bitcoin's dead because Bitcoin's down. Gotta love it. It's going to be very, very crazy when they realize, nope, it's not dead. Bitcoin across the board at multiple exchanges is sitting at just under $19,000. It looks like it's up from its down, which is kind of interesting as well. The Dow, surprisingly, no surprise here, is up. So is the Nasdaq. So is the S&P 500. It's interesting how they kind of correlate. You know what I mean? It's frustrating how they correlate, but that's just my 2 cents there. Gold and silver are also up. If you don't know, for the show here, we cover a whole bunch of different stuff. We cover crypto, but I like to talk about the economy and how everything connects because crypto, realistically, blockchain technology is a very big part of what's going to be happening in the very near future for this. Drinking some black coffee today. Throw in the chat. What are y'all having? I love it whenever y'all throw out some really interesting stuff. I've tried a few of them. It's very cool. Anyways, you've got Divi, which is attempting to tick up. We'll see what happens. That might be a reverse BART right there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I act like I know. I don't do charting. I look at the correlation. In this show, we do correlating aspects to what's going on in the economy, what's going on in the world, and to how it connects to these things. Matic is having some fun as well, or attempting to. It got slammed down pretty hard yesterday. Matic is a big one, y'all. If you're not paying attention to Matic, there's some crazy cool stuff that they're doing. Axie is interesting as well, especially from a residual income aspect. It has a great return on the investment there. It's really neat, though. Who'd have thought you could play a game, albeit kind of it's a passive way of playing a game, I'll put it that way, to earn an income. I don't know. Everyone could play a little game on their phone, right? Well, if you could play a game on your phone and earn an income while doing it, there are some people who are doing it. It's pretty interesting. Anyhow, so Bitcoin's dead, right? Right? Bitcoin's dead. Yeah, here we go. Bitcoin declared dead by the media, by mainstream media, 461 times. Yet, new data hints another scenario. It's not dead, folks. It's not dead. 461 times. Is that really it? I don't think that's it. I'm just going to say I've seen. Well, those of you who know my story, I've been in this space since late 2011. It's been a while. It's almost the beginning, right? I'm pretty sure 461 times is is definitely being modest on that one. Questions concerning Bitcoin continuing to rise as the flagship digital asset battles to maintain support above the price barrier of $20,000 in the current bear market environment. Go back over here. Let's go to the weekly chart. Zoom in a little bit because that's there. All right. Bear market? I don't know. It's too young, in my opinion, to show a true bear market. I don't know. These are the weekly candles. Whatever. Bear, cool, fine. It's time for accumulation. Yeah, accumulation. Anyhow, anyways, this is characterized by rising inflation and increase in interest rates and uncertainty among investors. In this line, Bitcoin has been called dead a total of 461 times by various members of the media, according to data from 99 Bitcoins, the cryptocurrency's official obituary. Yeah. However, with all that being said, the records reveal that Bitcoin has been proclaimed dead 21 times so far in 2022 as of September 5th. In contrast, Bitcoin was declared dead a total of 47 times in the whole of 2021. Yeah, it's been claimed dead a lot. Guys and gals, really? Cryptocurrency, in particular Bitcoin, is in fact the exit strategy. Okay. The stock market is going to collapse very soon. The housing market is going to, I think, be one of the catalysts to that. Housing is about to completely collapse and crumble. And I really, really, really mean that. And I hate that. I hate that for everyone who's involved in that. And we talk about the mortgage rates on here often. This is this is not fresh data. I don't know what it is right now, but remember I was told by a mortgage broker that it came down to 5%. Great, it shouldn't go up any more than that. And I was like, it's going to. I kind of had a little bit of an argument. They laughed. Conversation was over, and it's back up. Anyways, yeah, 461 times. Is Bitcoin dead though? Furthermore, data shows that the interest in such search term Bitcoin is dead has also declared has also declined, after a high on Google search, according to Google Trends figures, a website that analyzes the popularity of search queries online. Look, I like the term crypto is the exit strategy, and here's why. People are going to go, when markets collapse, historically speaking, people go to hard assets. A lot of people go into real estate. Real estate's going to be one of the things that's collapsing because they've taken real estate and turned it into securities, mortgage-backed securities, the bonds, all this other stuff that they've created behind and around the mortgages. Talk about CDOs, collateralized debt obligations, and all that fun stuff around mortgages. So people are going to run into hard assets. They're going to take their cash that are in the stock market. So all these companies that have stocks, people are going to cash out. Stocks are going to crumble. Businesses are going to go under. That money is going to cause a hyperinflationary event for a short term, and then it will rush into things like gold, silver, and crypto. People will not go into the COMEX because it's paper, silver, and gold. It's paper. There's $5 trillion worth of silver that's traded on a daily basis. Last time I looked, there's not that much silver physically in the world, even mined or unmined, in the ground. There's not that much. Just saying. You need to understand it's derivatives. That's all that is. This is why I say, just a little bit side tangent. Here's why I tell everyone, get your coins, cryptocurrency off of the exchanges. Those are derivatives. Hold them in your own possession, and guess what? You actually have the asset. Not your keys, not your coins. Back over here, just point out, reason why I say this stuff is because people are going to realize that the dollar's crap. It already is. Look at the inflationary data. They printed too much money. 80% in the past 2 years is a lot of money. 80% of the current year's monetary, I don't know. For those of you who are new to the channel, 80% of the current monetary supply, US dollars, was printed in the past 2-ish years. 20% from the creation of the Federal Reserve in 1913 up until 2020, only 20% have been printed. That's a big deal, guys and gals. They can't absorb that no matter how high they raise that interest rate. It doesn't work. People will go out of the stock market causing more dollar circulation or velocity, and it will cause another hyperinflationary type of an event. What ends up happening after that is if people do not get that money into a hard asset, they will have no purchasing power whatsoever. The dollar will officially 100% breathe its last breath. It already has effectively, but it's on life support. They'll pull the plug. The plug's going to be pulled. Put it that way. Look, been around this for a long time. Bitcoin was dead whenever it was first launched. Bitcoin is dead the next year. Bitcoin is always dead. It's not dead, guys and gals. It is an asset that doesn't care. It's like a honey badger. It doesn't care what the economy is doing. It doesn't care what someone says about it. All these talking heads, I've said this before, I don't like to categorize anything we talk about on the show here like a talking head. Like I'm trying to steer anything. I'm trying to get y'all to understand there's bigger things happening than what the right now prices of Bitcoin or the right now prices of the dollar or the right now price of the housing markets is. They all matter, but they all connect. Okay? I've said this many, many times. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, is a chance for humanity to free itself from the banking constructs that we are under because it uses this beautiful technology called blockchain technology. I'm an engineer. I learned the hard way about blockchain technology because I mined crypto early on specifically to learn what blockchain used to do or was. I used it, right? Used Bitcoin, used the other currencies, the other ones that came out. People need to understand this means we can be free as humanity because what we can build with blockchain. Bitcoin's but one use case, and that's the only use case it can. It's it. Money, monetary system. So much more can be done with Divi. So much more can be done with Polygon. So much more can be done with Ethereum. All these other things. These are businesses building technology for the future of humanity. It really is. But here's the thing. This is what really, really frustrates me. The Federal Reserve wants you to lose money in stocks and probably crypto too. The crypto part I don't get, but definitely the stocks I get. They tell you, leave your money in your 401ks, leave your money in your IRAs, leave your money in the stock market. It's okay. It's gonna go back up. It's gonna do all these things. It's gonna continue to run, blah, blah, blah. U.S. Federal Reserve's campaign against inflation might not be finished until you've lost money in Bitcoin. This article is very, very pointed here. Again, Bitcoin's dead. It's not dead, guys and gals. It's just getting started. The reason why goes back to the basics of central banking. The Fed does not want, the Fed does what it does with monetary policy these days, raising interest rates, and that filters through the economy by impacting, among other things, how much key assets cost, financial conditions, in central bank jargon. For most of this year, Fed policymakers have been I lost my train of thought. I lost my thing here. They have been moving towards markets where no. Okay, here we go. They've been trying to get people to go into markets like stocks, preparing traders in advance, called forward guidance for coming. Hang on. This is really small on my screen. It's big on y'all's screen. I don't know why it's so small. I don't know. It's hard for me to see it. Anyways, okay, here we go. But that seems to have passed in July. Fed Chair Jerome Powell announced that central bankers would stop participating forward guidance. And basically, they're not going to stop telling you guys what we're not going to give you guys any heads up anymore. I'm not going to tell you what to do. They want you to Stay in the market, but we're not going to give you any more guidance, is basically what they're trying to tell everybody. It's clear the Fed wants to see tighter in financial conditions while including lower stock prices. Brian Overby, senior market strategist at Ally, wrote in a note, yeah, they want to see you and me lose our money in the stock market. Leave it in there. Leave it in there. Leave it in there. Get this. Bitcoin is already down over 57% for the year to date, according to CoinDesk data, grappling with a broader crypto asset sell-off fueled by industry bankruptcies and struggling global macroeconomic landscape. You guys and gals know I've covered on the show, especially on the Patreon, what's been going on with those bankruptcies, who's been really behind them, what was happening with them, and the Mt. Gox stuff that's coming down the pipe. And everyone's freaking out about it. Look, we are going into an interesting time. As Economic Ninja says, be prepared and not scared. Don't be afraid of this. Just get ready for it. Just get ready for it. They want you to lose your money. This is why I don't do 401ks. This is why I don't do IRAs. It causes your money to automatically prop up the stock market. It gets the equities and all this other stuff. It creates the stuff that gives them the ability to have that in there. And then they lock you in it and say you're going to get taxed and have a penalty if you draw it out. I know people who took their 401ks, took the tax hits, put them into crypto, and never turned back. And guess what? They are now more wealthy than they would have ever been had they left it in the stock market, had they left it in the 401k. It's crazy. You can do this stuff. On top of all of this, I really need y'all to pay attention. And the reason we hone in on this particular subject a lot here on the show is because it is going to be the problem that causes the entire system to collapse. Reason being is because we just got back into the 2008 time frame. And with that, I'm going to pull something else up here. Hang on. Bear with me. We are live. I don't edit the videos. And I don't have time to edit the videos. So bear with me. Bank of America announced some very interesting things. Very interesting things. Bank of America to offer zero down payment mortgages to certain Black and Hispanic communities. Well, there's also other stuff in there too. I just pulled this up on the fly, so let me see if they have any of the guidances in there. 0% down. I think you also have to have you have to be making less than $80,000 or something like that. Yeah. We're back at 2008, guys and gals. Only this time, because they kicked the can down the road last time, it's significantly worse. Like a lot worse. A lot worse. Mortgage demand drops further as interest rates shoot back up to June high. The average contract interest rate for 30-year fixed mortgages with conforming loan balances increased to 5.94% last week from 5.8%, respectively, the previous week. According to Mortgage Bankers Association, mortgage applications to refinance a home loan fell another 1% for the week and were 83% lower than the same week 1 year ago. In other words, basically, refinances have fallen off a cliff and don't exist anymore. Who would refinance their house at almost 6%? Now, last year and the year before that, in 2019 and 2018, the rates were so freaking low. If you were refinancing, that worked. But 6% interest rate, unless you had like a 10% interest rate coming down to 6%, I get it. But like, who still has this 10% anymore? If you have a 10% interest rate and you never refinance while it was like below 3%, I mean, come on. Anyways, mortgage applications to purchase a home dropped 1% for a week and were 23% lower than the same week 1 year ago. We are in trouble. This is how the banks maintain money. They print money by this turning and circulation and flipping and turning of the housing market because it is the bedrock of the economy. Bank of America is now going to be doing 0% down payment. They have a lot of criteria as to why. Some of it is race driven, some of it is financial driven. This is why I think Bitcoin, cryptocurrency in general, would be the exit strategy. I have been asked by so many people, a lot of the talking heads too, what's your exit strategy with cryptocurrency since you've been in it for so long? My answer for that is accumulate more while it's down. At some point here, and I think in the not too far future, cryptocurrency will become so widely accepted around the world, which we've talked about on the Patreon yesterday as to what's really going on in the world. If you want to go learn about that, go watch yesterday's video on Patreon. It's going to be interesting. Those of us who have the wherewithal, the ability, the brains, whatever you want to call it, to go out and get in here right now, you're not going to regret the decision to do that. This is not financial advice, tax advice, legal advice, or anything like that. I don't do that on the show. I'm merely offering an education from somebody who's done this for a long time and been in it for a while and trying to get you guys to see, hey, there's a lot of things that connect here. There's a lot of things that are going to happen, ebbs and flows and whatnot. And here's my personal opinion on where this stuff is going to be going. Prepare yourselves for that. You'll do what you want, do your own research on it, right? So I'm going to run through the chat now. Do me a favor. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, etc., throw them in there, and I will do my best to address them as I'm able to do so. But first, coffee. Sorry, there's a bug on my arm. That was weird. All right, so Ralph, XRP rockets. So Twitter, go to my Twitter handle, and I wrote a couple days ago something. Hang on. Let me see if I can appropriately share this stupid thing. I wanted to log me out. That's dumb. Hang on. I gotta log in to my Twitter here, and I don't have my thing here. Well, whatever. Actually, you know what? I got another way for this. I'll show you guys this instead. Go over to thepapajoshow.com and go over, or where is it? All of my socials are right here at the top right corner. So you'll have my Twitter handle for sure right there. So grab that, go over there. I talked about XRP. XRP is an interesting subject. Maybe I should do a show specifically discussing that, because my opinion is not a popular opinion about XRP. While XRP is a great crypto, the project's done interesting stuff. They're partnering with the Federal Reserve, the FedNow system. I'll go ahead and kind of maybe address this a little bit now. The Federal Reserve is the primary reason we have the monetary problems we do in the world, the inflation we have and the problems we have in the world, and all these other things. XRP may very well end up being the CBDC that they launch. They're going to track everything you do with the CBDC. They're going to track what you spend, where you spend it, how you spend it. And they're also going to be able to, censor where you buy things. You want to go buy that pew pew, or you want to go invest in that cryptocurrency over there, or you want to go buy that house over there. Well, you haven't been a good boy or a good girl, so you can't do that. The transaction won't go through if you don't abide by their stuff. Okay, that's the kind of thing that's coming with the CBDCs. That's the kind of thing, in my personal opinion, what's going to be happening with XRP. They've made their bed with the Fed. And don't get me wrong, I hold a small bag. If it goes up, that value is going into something like Bitcoin, Divi, other things. Okay? XRP and the project and whatnot that are going on, it really, really concerns me that they're actually working with the Federal Reserve to create whatever they're doing. That really kind of bothers me. If the Bitcoin Core Foundation was working with the Federal Reserve to do something like that, that would seriously bother me. I've been in this for a long time. I'm not about that type of adoption of crypto. This is a freedom that we have. Bitcoin, because of blockchain technology, gives us the freedom to decide what we want to do with it. XRP will become centralized, even more so than it already is, and it will have control at the Federal Reserve. Whether they're using the XRP's blockchain or they're going to rebrand XRP to be whatever it is, I don't know what it is. I have no idea. It just bothers me that project, albeit it's different from Ripple, they're two separate things. That's great. That partnership bothers me. Anyways, enough about XRP. Check out my Twitter. I did put a thing in there for sure. Could be an interesting one to take a read out. What's up, Busy Mountain, and what's going on? Tom, thanks, guys and gals, for being here today. We've got Lithia in the house. What's up? Good afternoon. Who else we got here? We got Fatty's Bar. I love it. Thanks for being part of the show. Thanks for being here for sure. We got Johnny Mattis. How you doing? I appreciate you being here today. As always, it is for sure a great afternoon. We've got George Riviera. How are you doing today? Hey, Papa, what are your thoughts on housing market crash? Kind of just covered it. Hopefully that answered it for you. I personally think, well, I've been watching it across the nation, but like in my area, all of the updates that I'm getting from like the different apps or whatnot, it's been all of them have been home price decreases, and some of them are significant. The net new listings are actually listing in more of an appropriate value. They're still up a lot compared to what they should be, but and I really realistically mean like a home that should be $350 is still $600,000. Just to put it in that perspective, shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be in the fives. It shouldn't even be in the fours. It should maybe $350, maybe $375, $385, maybe $400 if it's in a good area. Maybe just take that range that I just talked about and go up or down in the scale. It's the same type of percentages wise. Anyways, hopefully that answered your question on the show today. The mortgages, the demand's down. The crash, in my opinion, is imminent. I don't know when. If anyone says they do, they're fooling themselves and you. So anyhow, we've got Steven in the house. What's going on? Appreciate you being part of the show today. Really do love it when you guys and gals are all here. Who else do we have in the chat? Busy Mountain. Don Pablo Coffee from Colombia, Guatemala, and Brazil. Excellent coffee. Cool. I'll have to check that out. Let's see who else we got in here. Tom, you are not wrong, sir. Not wrong at all. And that's a good one there. Buy some silver, buy some crypto, be prepared for the transfer of wealth. You are 100% accurate, my friend. Busy Mountain, I am hearing that September 11 may be big changes and gold standard announced soon. I would be interesting to see what's going on with that one. Johnny Holder, what's up, brother? I need to come by and see you. Appreciate you being here, man. Love it. Let's see who else we got in the chat here. We got Rick Costa. What's up? If you smash if you smash the like, you'll have a better day. I love it, Rick. Thanks for always reminding everyone of that. Yes, if you like the content, especially this far into the show, I would greatly appreciate a like smash. That would be great. Who else we got here today? I love it. Thanks, guys. Y'all are fantastic. Fatty's Bar, I just watched a narrative likening us to the ants. If we stand up to the few, everyone will realize the elite do not really. Yes, I have talked about that on my Patreon in actually pretty good depth on what really happens, how few there really are. Show that kind of stuff there as well. So anyways, who else we got in here? I'm going to have to kind of speed through the chat because I have a meeting I'm late for now. Let's see who else. George, great question. Any thoughts on Veritasium since the patent grant? Veritasium, I'm going to go back and defer back to some stuff that Cliff High mentioned about Veritasium in the past, that it will eventually, at some point, the entire stock market will collapse. The feds and whatnot will, or whoever, the New York section, they'll go to Reggie and be like, hey, we need your technology. And from there, I don't know what, but Cliff was saying that Veritasium would be 1-to-1 with Bitcoin, whatever Bitcoin's price is. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not, but grab a small handful, I guess, if you want to. Anyways, let's see here. It was one other thing. Steven, I closed my 401k and put the proceeds into crypto. Fantastic. So there are people, like I said, I know people have done it. Steven, you've done it. And I'm sure you're much, much more pleased with what's going on with that one for sure. Eva, what's going on? Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Better late than never. Thanks for being Busy Mountain. XMP, please do a show, Papa. Okay, I can probably do that. It might be a shorter show. I don't know, but yeah, I'll take a look at that. I say let them build it. Freedom will just go. Exactly. That's kind of what I was trying to say. The sovereign nations will build their CBDCs, whatever it is. People will still go back to Bitcoin. It'll be an education for them. They'll learn how to use crypto and go, we don't want to be tracked, and move into the right stuff. Anyways. All right, guys and gals, I need to run. It is for sure a great day. I'll have the Patreon this afternoon at 4:30 Eastern. Y'all be blessed. Have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.